Hey everyone, welcome back to Fluent Vibes, English podcasts. I'm Sarah, and as always, I'm here with Ali. Today, we're diving into how podcasts can really help you master English, especially the kind of English people actually use every day.
Yeah. Hey, folks. So, Sarah, I gotta say, when I first started recommending podcasts to my students, The English We Speak was always at the top of my list. It's super short, like 3 minutes, and every episode is packed with idioms and slang you just don't get from textbooks.
Totally. And I love how they break down those phrases. I remember before my first trip to London, I binged a bunch of episodes. I mean, I thought I knew English, right? But then I heard someone say, throw a spanner in the works. And I was like, wait, what? The English we speak actually explained it. So I didn't feel totally lost when I got there.
Yeah, British slang can be wild. And it's not just about the words, it's the way people say them, you know? That's why listening to native speakers is so important. You pick up on the little things, intonation, rhythm, even the way people pause or laugh at their own jokes. It's those real-life language nuances that make you sound more natural.
Exactly. And if you want a bit more than just slang, 6-Minute English is awesome too. They cover all sorts of topics, science, culture, even weird stuff like, I don't know, why people love spicy food. And every episode comes with a vocabulary list and a transcript, which is super helpful if you want to check your understanding.
Right. And the episodes are short enough that you can squeeze one in while you're like making breakfast or waiting for the bus. I always tell my students just a few minutes a day adds up. Plus, hearing those conversations between the presenters helps you get used to the flow of real English, not just the stuff in grammar books.
Yeah, and honestly, the more you listen, the more you start to notice patterns, like how people use certain phrases in different situations. It's not just about memorizing words. It's about understanding how people actually talk.
So moving on, let's talk about building confidence. There are a few podcasts that are just gold for this. ESL Pod is one. Dr. Jeff McQuillan speaks super slowly and clearly, which is perfect if you're not used to fast native speech. He explains vocabulary and even gives cultural context, which honestly a lot of learners miss out on.
Yeah, and I think Espresso English Podcast is great for that too. The episodes are short, like 5 to 10 minutes, and Shayna, the host, really focuses on practical stuff. Phrasal verbs, idioms, common mistakes, all the things that trip people up, and she explains them in a way that's easy to remember.
You know, I had this student, let's call her Anna, who was always nervous about ordering coffee in English. She listened to an episode about phrasal verbs like pick up and run out of, and the next week she told me she actually used them at a coffee shop. She said, I picked up a latte, but they ran out of muffins. I mean, that's real progress. It's those little wins that build confidence.
That's such a good story. And I think All Ears English is another one that helps with confidence, especially for conversation. The hosts are super energetic, and they talk about real-life situations, like how to make small talk or what to say in a job interview. Plus, they throw in a lot of American slang, which is fun.
Yeah, and they don't just teach you what to say. They explain why people say things a certain way, which is huge for understanding culture. And for anyone who feels overwhelmed, the slow, clear narration in these podcasts really helps. You can always pause, rewind, or even read along if there's a transcript.
And honestly, just hearing real conversations, even if you don't catch every word, helps you get used to the rhythm of English. It's like the more you listen, the less scary it feels to jump in and try speaking yourself. All right, so let's get into grammar and pronunciation. I know, not everyone's favorite, but it's gotta be done. Grammar Girl's Quick and Dirty Tips is my go-to for grammar. The episodes are short, and Mignon Fogarty explains things in a way that's actually interesting. She covers stuff like when to use who versus whom, which honestly, I still mess up sometimes.
Oh, same here. And I like that she gives practical examples, not just rules. It's not just for writing either. It helps with speaking too. And then there's the Learn English podcast from the British Council. They cover grammar, pronunciation, and even have episodes for different levels so you can start wherever you're comfortable.
Yeah, and a lot of these podcasts offer transcripts and vocabulary lists. I always tell my students, don't just listen. Use the transcript to check what you missed or write down new words in a journal. Active listening makes a huge difference.
Absolutely. And one of my favorite activities is shadowing. Basically, you listen to a sentence and then repeat it out loud, trying to match the speaker's pronunciation and intonation. It feels weird at first, but it's super effective. I mean, I do it when I'm learning other languages too.
Yeah, shadowing is great. I also like having students create vocabulary journals, just jotting down new words or phrases, and maybe even making up their own example sentences. It helps you remember and actually use what you learn.
And don't forget about repetition. Sometimes you got to hear something a few times before it sticks. So don't be afraid to replay episodes or practice the same phrases over and over.
Exactly. So whether you're into idioms, grammar, or just want to sound more natural, there's a podcast out there for you. And honestly, the more you listen and interact with the content, the faster you'll improve.
Yeah, and we're just scratching the surface here. There are so many great resources out there, and we'll definitely be talking about more in future episodes.
Thanks for joining us today, everyone. Ali, always fun chatting with you.
Same here, Sarah. And thanks to all our listeners. Keep practicing, keep listening, and we'll see you next time on English Podcasts. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and keep practicing.